Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about Palantir Technologies PLTR stock and Nano Dimension's nndm stock. We will start off by discussing Palantir's newest strategic partnership with Big Bear AI, which will be a combination of some of the top 2 artificial intelligence and data analytics companies in the industry. Then we will discuss how Nano Dimension has appointed a new president of global marketing that worked for Microsoft. After that, we will go over the latest PLTR stock news, including why their stock was recently downgraded again, and then lastly, we will talk about Nano Dimension's upcoming earnings report. Go and press the like button right now for more PLTR stock and nndm stock news videos. Comment down below your thoughts on Palantir's new price target downgrade or Nano Dimension's new vice president of global marketing. Turn on all subscription notifications to stay informed, and now let's get right into today's stories. By now you know that Palantir is a big data analytics, data mining, artificial intelligence, as well as an operating system developer, which is basically what Big Bear AI does, which makes this partnership so amazing because these companies are both powerhouses when it comes to artificial intelligence and big data analytics. Similar to Palantir, Big Bear AI is a leader in software that assists people in making decisions, and they have been doing this for more than 20 years. Their software analyzes real-world data to implement solutions to complex situations that have realistic outcomes through achievable actions that the company or individual can take in their current environment. Big Bear AI also has very reputable clients that utilize their software, such as the US intelligence community, the Department of Defense, the federal government, as well as many commercial enterprises. By using Big Bear AI's software, their customers can identify threats and manage their risks even in the most convoluted scenarios. So Palantir and Big Bear AI have very similar technology that can actually be integrated together and used in tandem. This will allow both companies to better use global data collection services to help their federal and commercial business segments, especially when it comes to space, retail, logistics, and energy. Big Bear AI's technology will also enable businesses to become profitable much faster by optimizing that business's prices for goods and or services based on supply and demand, customer wants, buying trends, and many other factors. Palantir and Big Bear AI will also look into developing products together and offering them to the market, which will help both Palantir and Big Bear AI to increase their addressable market more than if they went at it alone. These new products or services will be covering both their commercial and government segments, which should also increase their overall revenues for both companies. The Chief Technology Officer of Big Bear AI had to say this about the partnership, and I quote, "We are thrilled to partner with Palantir to deliver a more robust range of capabilities to our respective customer bases at a time in which demand for AI and ML solutions is growing rapidly. We are confident that this partnership will accelerate Big Bear AI's penetration into high-growth markets, including commercial markets and the federal government, and help us expand our existing customer relationships, as well as attract new customers at this critical stage of expansion for Big Bear AI." End quote. Clearly, Big Bear AI is excited about their strategic partnership with Palantir Technologies, but now let's hear what Palantir's USG president has to say about the partnership, and I quote, "We see immense opportunities to deliver more, faster for customers by partnering with cutting-edge companies who can leverage Foundry as infrastructure in their offerings. Big Bear's unique AI capabilities can achieve scalable distribution across government and commercial customers alike through Apollo and Foundry." End quote. So this is fantastic news, and this partnership is very good overall because it will allow Palantir to create new products which will increase revenue. Thanks to Palantir's CEO, we know that Palantir will also be increasing their marketing and sales efforts for their offerings, and I quote, "We continue to expect rapid expansion in our customer base moving forward as we invest in our sales teams and channel partners, and we would expect average revenue per customer to continue to taper as a result of our growing customer count." End quote. The PLTR stock price is still trading at 22 times their 2022 estimated sales, and some authors and analysts think that selling the stock right now is a great option. Now, I personally disagree with their assessment because I think Palantir will scale into their valuation, but I understand their perspective. These analysts and authors really want investors to short the stock because if the market crashes or if Palantir has bad news come out about them, the stock price could suffer, and I agree with that. The stock price could fall in those scenarios, but I doubt it will stay down for long. This bearish mentality is echoed by institutions who lowered their PLTR stock price targets, and this has also impacted the overall bullishness of the stock. Luckily, the stock has a support level of $22.61, but bulls need to push the stock price above $26.24 so the stock can regain some of its positive momentum before we get a surge. Even hedge funds have been selling their PLTR stock positions, or at least 19% of the ones who held long-term positions at one point. But we should also remember that not too long ago, no hedge funds held Palantir, so I would not pay attention to the bears right now. To me, Palantir is a high-growth stock that is going to feel the negative impact of the current and future market environment. But if you have a good entry price, this should not bother you, especially if you're going to hold the stock long-term. Now let's talk about Nano Dimension's nndm stock. As you know, Nano Dimension is an industry-leading 3D printer of electronic devices, and they have announced a new vice president of global marketing named Greg Caldwell, who has very impressive experience because he worked for Microsoft, Sun Microsystems, Dell Technologies, and he was the vice president of marketing at 3D Systems, which is another great 3D printing play, ticker symbol DDD. He will use his new position to increase Nano Dimension's sales and hopefully increase their nndm stock price by increasing sales, which will increase revenues. And this will benefit investors greatly, so he's going to tell the world about Nano Dimension's industry-disrupting technology, which should basically do the job for him. But he also says this, and I quote, "This is an exciting time to join Nano Dimension and to help lead the next phase of growth." He goes on to say, "I've been following Nano Dimension's impact for a while and was impressed by their customer centricity. Our mutual goal is to disrupt the electronics and adjacent additive manufacturing industries and unlock business value for our customers in a way that enables them to use Nano Dimension's innovative and intelligent platforms to do things that they have never been able to do prior to now." End quote. So overall, I think this is a great addition to Nano Dimension's team, not only because he has industry knowledge from 3D Systems, but also because he worked for Microsoft, which is extremely impressive. Even the global president of Nano Dimension is excited to bring Greg on board because he says this about Greg, and I quote, "Greg is a results-oriented leader who brings more than 2 decades of marketing, sales, and communications experience at high-growth companies with a focus on pipeline generation, account-based marketing growth strategies, and enabling sales teams to become more effective and win more deals." He goes on to say, "Nano Dimension is disrupting a space that very few others try to occupy, with that space being additively manufactured electronics and micro AM. As such, we see it as our core responsibility to raise awareness not only of Nano Dimension as a company, but also the broader opportunities that additive manufacturing and 3D printing brings to the world through a better ecological footprint, improved manufacturing times, reduced overall costs, and transformative improvement in IP security. Greg's experience, vision, and passion will be critical to make this happen." End quote. Overall, I think this is a very wise decision to open up Nano Dimension and increase their sales and marketing efforts, which again is going to boost revenues and thus boost the stock price as more good news comes in about the company. Speaking about Nano Dimension's revenues and finances, they will be releasing their financial results before market opens on Wednesday, November 24th. Now, if you can't hear the earnings report while it's going, a replay will be available on their website, or you can always just come back to my YouTube channel and I will go over their earnings report once it's available. While I was making this video, I found 2 other articles about Palantir's PLTR stock where the largest US pension fund has taken up a position in Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, as well as Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW, and Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, ticker symbol BRKB. But it's not all rainbows and sunshine because Credit Suisse has downgraded Palantir to a neutral rating with a $25 price target for the PLTR stock. However, analysts still believe that the company company has amazing technology and significant future growth potential in its stock price. Now, I think it's rather counterintuitive to downgrade a stock then say how great it is, but analysts rarely make sense as it is. So what do you all think? Comment your thoughts about Palantir and Nano Dimension down below, like this video if you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next YT video.